Sports Betting Weekly, coming at you guys once again with a free play. As promised, for those of you guys that are aware, coming over from my main channel, The MMA Fortune Teller, I promised I would give you guys one of my 3 official plays for UFC 267, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. You guys are taking a look at the weigh-ins right here. We got the fight, Zaleski dos Santos taking on Benoit Saint Denis. Now, let's take a brief look of what we got going on here. Dos Santos, a well-versed UFC veteran. He's 22-7 as a pro. And then we got the UFC newcomer who is 8-0. As I said, just making his UFC debut. This is a very tough test for the Frenchman here. Only 25 years old. This is a little reminiscent to something that we've seen in the past. If you guys remember, Luigi Vendramini came into the UFC undefeated just like this. Had to face the very tough task of Zaleski, and that did not go well for him. And let's keep in mind, I actually do believe that Vendramini is a solid fighter. He's really been coming around as of recently. He just had a tough fight with Paddy Pimblett. Didn't end up getting his hand raised, but he had some really nice moments in that fight, and I think that he'll be back very soon, getting his hand raised in the octagon. This guy, Saint Denis, the Frenchman, this is a guy, when you break down tape on him, this is a guy that really forces the body kicks, doesn't really set them up, kind of throws naked body kicks, and I think that could be a problem here if he brings that type of energy into the fight with Zaleski. If he tries to just throw those naked body kicks, just trying to step into them, just whipping them, kind of reaching with them also, not even really in place as he's throwing them, kind of reaching with those body kicks, I really do believe Zaleski is going to make him pay there. He can make him pay with his hands. He can do it in a couple different ways. He's very diverse with the striking. We've seen one of the nastiest knockouts we've ever seen in the octagon from Zaleski dos Santos on Sean Strickland. The beautiful spinning heel kick. This guy has that capoeira type background. I mean, he does it all. This guy is an excellent Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. He has nice boxing. Comes in phenomenal shape, as you guys see here. Looks to be absolutely shredded here. I don't expect any issues with his cardio in this fight. We've never really seen any issues from that in the past, so no reason to really expect that here. Now, another thing, Saint Denis has a couple of submissions on his resume, and they're not necessarily against opponents that are, I don't want to say that it's a completely his record's padded. I don't want to say that his record is padded, because 2 of those fighters that he pulled some subs off on, they have decent records, but when you look a little deeper into it, they're not near the level of the fighter of Zaleski dos Santos, and they do have some holes in their game. And when you looked into those subs, right, he recently pulled off 2 head and arm triangle chokes. That's a choke, in my opinion, that's a little bit more of an elementary type sub. When I got into grappling myself, that was one of the first subs that I was continuously pulling off on guys, right? And once you figure it out, it's really not that complicated. You want to put the shoulder, right into the carotid artery. You want to try to, shut the brain off there. You want to get a nice tight squeeze. Take the lower part of your body. A lot of people do believe it helps if you branch out to the side, go away from your opponent. It's not that complicated of a technique. But then one thing you'll notice with that sub, for the most part, in my opinion, a lot of times when you see that sub pulled off, it's where you have one fighter that seems to be maybe a stronger fighter, a lot more of a stronger fighter. He kind of implements his will, or you'll see the opposition kind of gassed out, right? You'll see that the fighter who's getting subbed is just really, he's done, right? He's breathing heavy. He's kind of almost looking for a way out. He doesn't have the strength to kind of maneuver out of that position there. Of course, one way to get out of that, you want to answer the phone, they say, but I'm talking about even before you're in that position, before you're even allowing that to happen. A lot of time it's fighters that kind of already given up on themselves. The point I'm going in on about this is that Zaleski is a very talented grappler, and I don't see him putting himself in a position to be subbed from a head and arm triangle choke from Saint Denis unless he gets clipped. He's completely out of it, and somehow that Saint Denis is getting him down to the mat and pulling that sub off. I just do not see that happening. So I want to make the point clear that Dos Santos is a much more well-rounded grappler, and he is a much more well-rounded striker. I think that he is just the much more well-rounded fighter, point blank, going into this fight. He has the octagon experience. He's a very underrated fighter. He's 34 years old. In my opinion, he's probably at the prime of his career right now. This is a major fight for him. I know that he's hyped up. This is a giant fight card. He's over in Abu Dhabi. And then you got this guy, Benoit Saint-Denis, that's only 25 years old, making a giant leap here. So let's cut to the chase here. I like Zaleski Dos Santos to win this fight. It's one of my official plays. I locked him in at minus 225. You can get him there on a couple sports books. BetMGM has him there right now. Some books it's creeping up to that minus 240 range. I recommend you get on this play here. For me, this is a 4-unit play. I'm taking this money here. I'm taking this money. This is one of my more confident plays on the fight card. Now, you guys know I have 3 official plays. I have an 8-unit max play taking place this Saturday. Excuse me. And I also have another 4-unit play. So I have, a combined, let's do the math there. I got a combined 16 units out and about right now. This is a giant fight card for me. We already hit a play this past Tuesday. But I want to give you guys this play, okay? I know that this is not like an underdog value type play, but I'm telling you guys, when you see Zaleski Dos Santos go in there and handle business, you're going to be kicking yourself if you didn't pick that money up. Take the money here, throw a little something on Dos Santos. Saint-Denis seems to be a pretty tough guy, so don't get a little bit too crazy. Don't try to, if you want to take Dos Santos by way of finish. I mean, if you're greedy and you're trying to really capitalize and make some extra money there, maybe that's the route you want to go. But I'm telling you, play it safe. Take Zaleski Dos Santos to get his arm raised because it's going to happen tomorrow. And remember, these fights are taking place early in the day over here as far as Eastern time zone goes, or if you're in America. So be ready to make some money, man. Have this play locked in. Hope you guys appreciate the official play coming at you guys, and you guys can thank me later. And we got a good one here, boys. And I'll catch you later. Signing out, Sports Betting Weekly.